Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one chief rockin' Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. I'm joined by BT, aka Cowboy Bob. Cowboy Bob, what's good, man?
Good afternoon. Salute to everybody. Salute Uncle Freezy. How y'all doing today?
Good. Hey, man. So real quick, the only thing stopping the Knicks from winning a championship outside of injuries is what?
Slowing down the game. We have a problem with missed opportunities in transition. A lot of times you'll see Brunson come up and there's three or four guys around him. He needs to be able to have guys come back on offense quicker, and as well as also setting up plays to where we can help him out. Uh, Help out with shoot. Also, slowing down the game would help us out with the bad shooting nights. Like when Brunson had a bad shooting night, we slowed it down last game and we kind of figured it out, even though it was a rough patch. Ball rotation, also with the slowing down of it, is another issue. We keep speed passing, kicking out 3, 4, 5 times as opposed to attacking the rim. And basically, we got to start allowing our guys to rest. Like, start using the shot clock more. Free throws, get to the free throw line. Start using those type of things to give guys
Okay.
breaks, and we're good.
All right. So one of the things I think may be a hindrance to us, a stumbling block, maybe a moat for us, for the Knicks winning the championship, and this is outside of injuries, because injuries are going to prevent most teams from winning a championship. So we're not going to do the injury thing is not even a question, right? But one of the things I would say might prevent us from winning a championship is coaching, and it's not because the Knicks have a bad coach; it's because the Knicks have an inexperienced championship level coach. Though Tom Thibodeau has been in the game for a very long time, since the 80s as an assistant coach, and has multiple years of being a head coach in the NBA, he doesn't have experience being the head coach of a championship contending team.
First
And
time
one could say Chicago was there, but no, they were not.
I was gonna say first time for everything, because they said the same thing about Steve Kerr's first year. Like, a lot of these coaches are inexperienced and they could come in one year and win based off of how the team is playing. But the way that our coach has built the system, I think everyone is playing well enough to where we don't even need to worry about tips inexperiencing, because they're playing like actual good basketball.
Okay. Yeah, to get to that level, you're gonna have to play good basketball for
Yeah.
sure. But mind you, Tom Thibodeau in other spots had the number one pick on his roster. In Chicago, he had Derrick Rose on his roster, who was the number one pick. In Minnesota, he had Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins as the number one pick on his roster, and he didn't win championships with those guys. And the Knicks don't have that generational talent, dare I say, that can bail you out even with a bad play call.
I got you.
Right? We don't have a Michael Jordan. We don't have a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We don't have a LeBron James. And even with that said, it's not as if I feel like we don't have talent, because we definitely have talent and could definitely win a championship. I think one of the hindrances, though, is that.
I honestly think. Oh, go ahead. My fault. I was gonna say, just real quick, I agree with you on that, but I think now is this time, because for you, sometimes when you get that first opportunity and you got that brand new car, you might wreck it once or twice before you start to appreciate the next new car you get. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta fail hard and quick and fast or early before you actually get to success. And the fact that Tibbs isn't really coaching, it's John Bryant, the staff, he's running practices. So for me, I see the team just like, got you, coach, like reassurance, just listening to Tibbs. They're not even really like going, hey, coach, should I be doing this or that? No, Tibbs, this is what I see. Okay, no, do this. Bet, gotcha. That's all they're doing.
Okay, all right. I feel like another hindrance for us may be the roster depth. Possibly, right? And when I say roster depth, I don't mean do the Knicks have a rotation of 12 players that can all play, with 9 of them being in a rotation and 3 being situational? No, of course not. I'm saying that the Knicks probably are the deepest of all the championship contenders, but we're not top heavy, right? So the Knicks don't have a roster like Tatum, Brown, Porzingis. The Knicks don't have a roster like Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, and Rudy Gobert. The Knicks don't have a roster like Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
Now, do we have a roster of OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, and Jalen Brunson? Absolutely, absolutely, right. But in order for me to get Giannis, I feel as if we'd have to trade Milwaukee, Randle, OG, and some other stuff to get Giannis.
Maybe even Brunson.
Maybe, yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And so no disrespect to who we have, because I love who we have and I respect who we have. And I hope the chat respects and love who we have also. But as great as Brunson is, and he's great, he's a megastar in my eyes, right? But he's not Giannis, right? And he's not, LeBron.
He's not there yet. He still needs some coding, because you can see him, like, he'll go full Nas for a quarter or two, but then you'll see him start to die out in certain moments, and he'll still try to figure it out, still try to force shots, still try to force plays, but he's gonna figure it out. That's why I say, like, next year it's a different story, but this year Brunson, he's gonna figure it out.
I think he's ready too. It's just the reason why I bring up the point is not because I don't want to point out Brunson's deficiencies. What I'm saying is since we have Brunson, Randle, and OG, we need the rest of the roster to pitch in. Whereas Giannis could do it all and just take over. Giannis has won a championship. He can take over and win it, right? But we don't have that guy. So we need three guys. We need our three guys. We need a Justice League where other teams just have Superman.
Got you.
Right. We need the Avengers, right? We need the Avengers, whereas others have, the Silver Surfer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here's go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say you're right, because that's exactly the perfect sense, because we don't have that one guy that could just take over like a Giannis. I agree with that.
Right. And so we don't, and that speaks to our stardom point where it's no shade on Brunson and Randle, because I'm glad we have them. These dudes will be all-time Knicks at the end of the day. I think these dudes will definitely be considered some of the greatest Knicks to ever put on the orange and blue, or the blue and orange, however you want to say it. But in terms of stardom, we don't have a Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen combo, right? We don't have that type of combo. We have probably four players that combine into one player for us. We have Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson. So we have four guys that take the place of one guy. And basically our thing is strength in numbers, so to speak, if everybody can understand what I'm saying. So we have about 4.5 minutes left, man. And two topics that I want to touch in these last 4 minutes or so is, do you think style of play will be to our detriment?
Yes, because in the playoff, everything slows down, and the rate we're playing now, it's more like we're trying to play a keep up or create a faster offense when there's no need. I feel like we can use it in the playoffs when we go on runs, but we need to start learning how to change that up, because it's gonna affect us when we're missing our threes and they're hitting theirs. How are we gonna win?
Yeah, I disagree slightly with you. I agree with you with the part with the playoffs, the way the games are played in the playoffs, are going to be a certain way, and we should expect that. But I think our style of play right now plays right into that style of play in the playoffs. Very physical, strength in numbers, very tough, edgy. I think that's going to benefit us in the playoffs, right? But here's my last thing I want to ask. I think, or the last thing I want to talk about, and I think it's going to be a factor going into the playoffs, or not going into the playoffs, but a factor in what may stop the Knicks from winning a championship? And so in these last 3 minutes, I'm going to say it. It's luck. I think most NBA champions have a unreasonable portion of luck. Whether that is the team that they're playing against is unlucky, which makes them lucky, or they get lucky bounces, like they get a buzzer beater at the end of a game that goes around and around the rim and back and hits the backboard or pops in the air and then comes down in the rim and that team wins. And the Knicks understand this because they saw the Allen Houston shot against Miami in '99. That was luck, right? That was luck. A shot around the backboard at the rim, bounce high up in the air and go through. And you saw it again. You saw it again with the Bucks against the Brooklyn Nets, where if Kevin Durant wore a size 14 shoe instead of a size 17 shoe, the Brooklyn Nets go to the NBA Finals. You saw it with Kawhi Leonard shot against Philadelphia from the corner with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid all up in his jersey. The shot go around the rim and down. And the next thing you know, the Toronto Raptors are the NBA champs because Klay Thompson tears an ACL and Kevin Durant tears an Achilles. Right. So I'm saying I went around the world and to say I think luck plays a major part into it. What do you think?
I agree. Sometimes you need those players. Like, for example, look at last year with Miami. Everything was lucky for them. For some reason, the best players got hurt at the right time. Look at Giannis. He only played a game and a half. Look at them play us. Like, everything lined up for them. But then when they met the Denver, their luck ran out. For us, the best way for us to not rely on luck as much, even though we do need it, we need to move up into that third, maybe hit that second spot.
Right.
That's the only way. Luck is the big part.
Yeah, one of the things that I think Knicks fans forget is we remember the Game 6, but we don't remember that Emmanuel Quickly got hurt in Game 5 when Bam Adebayo rolled up on his ankle. In that situation, if Emmanuel Quickly is on the floor at the end of that Game 6, as opposed to whoever else, now you have two guards on the floor that can dribble, pass, and shoot, and now they can't trap Jalen Brunson, and maybe the Knicks win that Game 6. And then there's a Game 7 in Madison Square Garden. And I'll take my chances with the Knicks on a Game 7 in Madison Square Garden against whoever. Madison Square Garden in Game 7. I don't care if they play the All-Stars.
Good luck.
Good luck with that.
So it's like everybody comes out to play that game. So beware.
The Garden would be lit in a Game 7. But hey, everybody, thank y'all for watching. This is really short, 14 minutes. That was Cowboy Bob. I'm your man, the number one chief rock in Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. We want to come through with a little 14-minute spot to give you something to get you through the rest of your day. For those of y'all on your smoke break or your afternoon break or whatever it is, I hope you enjoyed. Cowboy Bob and myself are out of here. Peace, everybody.
Go New York, go New York.